South Asia is among the regions in the world with the highest annual number of fatalities caused by terrorist violence. Ethnic, ideological and political conflicts pose a serious threat to stability and interstate relation. The recently released Global Terrorism Index 2020 says that South Asia was the worst affected region by terrorism in 2019. A report.
On April 21, 2019, a series of coordinated blasts ripped through a peaceful Easter Sunday morning in Sri Lanka. 3 churches and 3 prestigious hotels were attacked, in which over 250 people were killed and hundreds were wounded. It was the biggest terror attack South Asia has seen. The region has faced many such dreaded terror attacks perpetrated by Islamic terrorists. Local grievances and socio-political dynamics have been exploited by terror groups such as Al-Qaeda, the Taliban and the Islamic State. The Global Terrorism Index 2020 says that Afghanistan, Pakistan and India are among the top 10 countries in South Asia which were badly affected by terrorism in 2019. While Afghanistan was reported to be the most impacted of the 163 countries, Pakistan ranked 7th and India ranked 8th on the index that measures the impact of terrorism.
South Asia has been facing the challenge from terrorism for many decades now. There are, of course, a number of reasons for this. Primarily, ethnic separatism, religious extremism, left-wing extremism have been some of the reasons why South Asia is facing the challenge of terror and will continue to do so in the years ahead.
Both India and Afghanistan have been facing the brunt of Pakistan's state-sponsored cross-border terrorism. There exists a well-established nexus between Pakistan's civilian government, military, inter-services intelligence and the numerous terrorist groups trained and armed in the country. For over several decades, Pakistan has been recruiting, training, arming, equipping and financing terrorists and helping them infiltrate across the line of control into Kashmir. Pakistan's collusion in the Pulwama terrorist attack in 2019 was accepted recently by country's Science and Technology Minister Fawad Chaudhry on the floor of its National Assembly.
हमने हिंदुस्तान को घुस के मारा है जनाब स्पीकर वहां पे और पुलवामा में जो कामयाबी है पुलवामा में जो हमारी कामयाबी है वो इमरान खान की क़यादत में इस कौम की कामयाबी है उसके हिस्सेदार आप भी सब हैं उसके हिस्सेदार हम भी सब हैं.
Despite corroborating evidence on Pakistan's role in sponsoring terrorism abroad, the international community tends to turn a blind eye. Most recent being the decision by the Financial Action Task Force to retain Pakistan yet again on the list of jurisdictions under increased monitoring grey list till February 2021. The country has not been put under the high-risk jurisdiction category blacklist for its incessant support towards terror financing and money laundering.
Pakistan has passed many hurdles as far as the Financial Action Task Force restrictions are concerned. From 23, now Pakistan has to comply with 4 stipulations laid down by the FATF. However, these 4 stipulations are going to be the most difficult for Pakistan to accede to, primarily because it has to take very stringent, demonstrative action against those individuals who are being on the 1267 and the 1373 UNSC sanctions list, which means individuals such as Hafiz Saeed, they are demonstrating some sort of actions which are being taken in the courts, but their concurrent sentences are running. Masood Azhar, he is nowhere to be seen under any sort of charge sheet in Pakistan, and many others who have been named in the UNSC sanctions list.
India and Afghanistan have raised serious concerns over rising terror threats from Pakistan during diplomatic engagements and other global platforms. Efficacy of regional initiatives to combat terrorism undertaken by groups such as BIMSTEC must be further explored. Nevertheless, there must be ceaseless attempts to compel Pakistan to develop strong counter-terrorism strategies focusing on terrorist groups.